By not revealing details about his future wedding, he challenges the traditional concept of a planned marriage, sending a clear message: "This is my moment, and I decide when, how, and with whom." Meanwhile, tabloids, eager for details about his love life, have run out of material and have seen their attempts to manipulate the narrative through speculation frustrated. This behavior can also be interpreted as a critique of traditional male norms in Turkish society, which impose a right time for marriage. Can seems to be breaking these boundaries and prioritizing his personal happiness and freedom without being swayed by external pressures. On the other hand, Demet Özdemir has been the subject of a series of headlines regarding her personal life, especially her failed relationship. Despite the sympathy this generates, there are also doubts about the emotional strength of those involved. Can's story, choosing not to follow established patterns, invites us to reflect. Freedom and authenticity in personal decisions are more valuable than fitting into others' expectations. In summary, Can Yaman is writing his own story, where he makes the rules. His attitude toward the media and his love life is a clear message about the importance of living at his own pace without giving in to external pressures. Perhaps his story invites us to reflect on what it truly means to be free and live our lives without having to adapt to others' schedules or expectations. It is clear that Can has been trapped in a cycle of achievements and emptiness. However, the real question is not whether he will continue to be successful, but whether he will find the inner peace and love he so deeply desires. The lesson here is not only for him, but for all public figures who, while shining on stage, often face an inner world full of shadows. In the end, we all must remember that success without happiness is incomplete. And perhaps this is the perfect moment for Can Yaman to seek not only professional recognition but also personal fulfillment, to find a balance between fame and emotional well-being. Another point that seems relevant to me is how Demet has managed her career. In my view, her professional choices have not always been the most accurate. Although she has had successful roles, there have been times when her decisions do not seem to align with her true acting ability. This may be a consequence of the pressure to maintain a flawless public image, but sometimes I wonder if, instead of following trends or seizing opportunities, she has made decisions that benefited her more in terms of fame than professional development. Somehow, I feel that Demet has stagnated in roles that don't allow her talent to shine at its fullest, choosing roles that fit her image more than her skill as an actress. This doesn't mean she lacks talent, of course. Demet has shown on several occasions that she has the ability to deliver outstanding performances. However, sometimes I believe her potential is limited by her insistence on maintaining a certain image, which may have robbed her of the opportunity to explore more complex and challenging roles. The pressure to maintain a certain public image can be a significant obstacle for any artist, and it seems that Demet, at certain moments in her career, has prioritized that image over her growth as an actress. What surprises me the most is how some fans continue to idealize her without seeing beyond what the media presents. In many of the comments I've read, some followers continue to claim that Demet is the perfect woman, a kind of muse of Turkish television. However, after observing her closely, it seems that her charm lies more in the construction of her public image than in the real person behind that image. This perception becomes even clearer when I compare her to other actors and actresses who have managed to balance their personal and professional lives in a more authentic way, without depending so much on what is expected of them. I can't help but think that, in the end, Demet Özdemir is a product of the entertainment industry, something that has been shaped by the pressure to maintain a flawless image, to please her audience, and to fit into certain beauty and personality stereotypes that the public demands. This doesn't make her any less valuable or interesting, but it does make me question the authenticity of her presence in the media. In the end, Demet remains a complex figure that is not easy to decipher. Although many adore her for her beauty, apparent charm, and success on screen, there is a part of me that can't help but wonder if this is really the person she is in her private life, or if it is all part of a carefully thought-out strategy to maintain her place in the Turkish fame spotlight. Her relationship with Yaman, her behavior on social media, and how she handles her career are just a few pieces of a puzzle that I still don't fully understand. However, what I do know is that Demet has an energy that, despite everything, continues to attract many. And although her presence may seem enigmatic or even a bit unsettling to some, there is no doubt that her influence in the entertainment industry remains significant.